So, Nico, what happened a few days ago?
We were out on the ice and we were hiking 8 hours a day, and we're supposed to eat every hour, which is kind of a pain. But then, so at some point I just didn't have the right snacks and didn't eat. So I didn't eat for 4 or 5 straight hours, which usually is fine in normal life. But this is a harsh environment. And so my energy levels just dropped to 0, basically. And so then I had 3.5 of the worst hours of my entire life. But I wasn't gonna quit, and I wasn't gonna be the first one to call for help. And so I just stayed silent and just suffered through it the whole time.
I think you said it was perhaps the most difficult thing you'd ever done that day in your life.
Yeah, by far. Yeah. By far most difficult thing ever. I mean, it was negative 30 degrees. That was the windiest day we had. It was really cold. Because the negative 30 when there's no wind is perfectly doable. The negative 30 with wind is horrendous. So yeah, that was by far the hardest thing I've ever done. And I am incredibly proud of myself for having pushed through. I mean, that was not obvious. And then I fainted the moment we stopped walking.
I think your dad had to build a tent on his own, which I'm sure.
Yeah, all the guides helped my dad build the tent because I was on the floor. I tried to put the stakes into the thing and then just fell.
So, any takeaways either from that or from the trip as a whole?
Well, from that, I'm really proud of myself because that was mental resilience that I didn't even know I had, and physical, mind over body. But then over the trip as the whole, the takeaways are, well, there was a lot of silence. Lots of silence here. I mean, you're there with your own thoughts, with your own body, with your own breath the whole time. So I think I don't need to do it to this extreme. I don't need a week of just like walking in silence necessarily, but more silence is a good thing in the rest of the world. One other thing is definitely mind over body. I mean, the amount of suffering or pain, I don't want to call it suffering, the amount of pain that one can withstand is way higher than whatever you think it is. It's at least twice as high as that, which I was able to learn for myself. So that's cool. And then the third thing would be that everyone here is so warm and kind to each other, and it is incredible. Everyone's warm and kind. And Fabrice and I were talking about the fact that it might be linked to the fact that you are reliant on everyone else here because there's hyper delegation. Everyone has to work a lot. It's a really harsh environment, and so people as a result are so warm. And so there's a really, I understand why people love spending time here, and it mainly has to do with the people, not necessarily with the environment. I mean, it has to do with the people and the mental state you're in.
So, having done it, any last final thoughts?
Last final thoughts. Yeah, last final thoughts would be, I mean, it's an amazing place to be. I'm not sure it's something I would want to do every year. It's possible I actually never come back here. Maybe I'll come back once, maybe in like 30 years. But I mean, it's a crazy place. I would say go do the thing, whatever your thing is, go do the thing that is the craziest that you want to do, whether it's climbing a mountain or going to the desert or coming here. So for some people, the cold is not the right environment for them. But yeah, just go try the crazy thing that you haven't done yet.
Perfect. Thank you.